Hi, hello, and welcome back to Meraki's Method this week. This is our weekly gold making challenge update. The gold making challenge is an annual challenge to make 10,000 gold, which is gold cap, over the course of a year. We are 12 weeks in because we didn't start exactly at the start of the year. We were 12 weeks in this week. This is week number 12. The aim is to make 200,000 gold a week to add up to the 10 million, right? And that's the plan. Now last week was a good week, but there was a few weeks before that were a bit short. So we were last week, we made almost our 200k, but we were still sitting on 523,000 behind target, right? But we had a really good week this week, friends, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. But first I want to just really quickly run you through the actual numbers as they came out. So first of all, I realized that if some of you have been following my streams and things, you know that I can't handle a lot of additional realms. I don't do an awful lot of additional realms because I do so much on this realm and my time is limited. So I only have one additional realm, and that's for pet sales, because the realm I'm on is a very high pop realm. Pet sales are not amazing on my home realm, so I have a alt on a lower population realm to try and sell some pets there, and some actually sold this week, which is what prompted me to look into the fact that we haven't actually been counting that into our challenge. So I sold about 50k's worth of pets. I believe it was a Scooter the Snail and a Peanuts, so basically two Children's Week's pets. I sold them for about 25k each on the low pop realm. But I had, I think it was 10 or 14,000 gold on that realm anyway. So and it also made me check my alliance side too. Now I do not sell anything actively on my alliance side too. I just have a few little bits and pieces that I have been sitting in her bank for a long time that I repost on occasion. But she has a little bit of gold on her too, and that wasn't counting into our totals either. So I've added those in this week. So just to start off with those, there was 61,908 on the little low pop realm alt, so 50k of pet sales plus about 10k that she had on her anyway. And then I have 22,000 gold on my alliance side alt, which she's just accumulated from random little sales here and there. The things I sell on her are things like there's a lucky shirt and coin and things that you can pick up from alliance vendors but you can't get on horde vendors, just random little pieces like that. So those two came to a total of 84,000 gold this week that I've added into our totals, because I thought there was no point putting it off any longer. We just got to get that wrapped in. So that was pretty good, because that left us halfway to our total, our aim for the week already. But we actually had a really good week regardless of that, because on account one, we came out this week with a profit of 296,074 gold. So we, like, just on account one, we made well over our target. And then on account number two, I came out with another 25,000 gold. So, you know, we did pretty well this week. It gave us a grand total for the whole week, including the two that we're adding in. The total for the week was, the total for just my account one and account two, my regular weekly sales, was 357,699, but including the alliance alt and the other realm that I should have been including from the start, but they hadn't actually been making all that much money, so you know, they didn't really warrant inclusion until now. That puts us up at 441,790 gold for this week, which is pretty good, you guys. Pretty good. We were 500,000 gold behind. We are now only 250,000 gold behind. We are now only 281,000 behind. So basically, a paltry week's worth behind, which I think we can actually make that up. I think we're doing really well. I'm so pleased and proud of how well we've done this week. It was a fantastic week. But let's look into some of the stuff that I've sold after I managed to kill this Empress, who's super annoying. I'm still doing these, trying to get the last couple of pets that I need for this achievement, just to get that little shot of happiness for myself. But I'm also trying to do it faster than I normally would worry about it, just because I know Super Squirt's coming up on Wednesday, and that's my big goal for this week, is to do so many pet leveling battles on Wednesday when Super Squirt is up, including a lot of these new pets. That's the plan anyway. So I'm going to stop here for a second and we're just going to break down our weekly sales. Take a look at our ledger. So let's just first shift it to the past week and we'll see where this 500,000 came from. Now, like I said, 50k straight off the bat was those 2 pet sales on the other realm, so that was tidy. We also sold, I had a second jeweled onyx panther. Now, like I said, you remember last week, we actually made quite a bit last week, but I had spent so much because I made 2 jeweled panthers last week and only one of them sold. So I didn't make any more this week, but I still had a sale with that this week, so that was good. So that was gold in without being gold going out. Expenses, I found some hardened corium for half what it normally goes for, so I picked that up. That was my biggest expense this week, and like I said, we made about 300 gold. If we open up our actual ledger here, we can see some of the actual sales. If you shift the time frame here down to the last 7 days, and all characters, let's go for price right, and we'll see the most priciest items first. So we sold that jeweled onyx panther. I also sold 2 of the smaller panthers, and like I said, I made those all last week. I didn't make any panthers this week. We were purely riding on stock I'd made up last week, so that was good. That was all without an expense cost for me this week, and I'd made like with a 60k and 100, so that was almost that 200k made there in those first 3 sales. So that was pretty good. I also sold a mono hardened Shield of the Fireflash for 27,000 gold. I didn't think that was going to be worth that, but alright, I'll take it. Someone also was, I think it was Trial of Style as well, someone bought a Ghost Reaver breastplate for 21,000 and an ornate battle plate for another 13, and it's some enchants sold for 10k. Some mecha shades, I still make 1 or 2 of those every time I run out of them because they sell anywhere from between 4,000 to 8,000 gold, so that's pretty good. Some Songs of Peace, some Spellweave robes, other little bits and pieces. You can see some enchants in there, supple leggings, some glyphs, just honestly little bits and pieces. Mostly just one of these things, one of each has sold. I didn't do too much in the way of restocking this week because I was trying to tidy up my TSM profiles like I said I was going to, but I tried to keep on top of enchanting. We did those panther sales. I didn't make any more mounts this week. I've been trying to post my Vial of the Sands. I have a Vial of the Sands sitting as well, but the prices haven't been too good on my realm. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It does tend to fluctuate, and because I know they can be good, I try not to sell them when they're bad. So I've been sitting on that mostly this week. But that's what we sold on this account. Like I said, most of that profit was in those 3 mounts that we made the other week. I'm going to have to restock jewel crafting mounts this week though, so that's going to be a bit of an expense this week, but I'm not too worried about it because we did so well with that I think we can afford to invest in that a little bit. Let's check my other account here. So this is account number 2. In here we've got past 7 days. Our best seller here is hands down the Elixir of Tongues. I went to Dalaran. I restocked this week because this did so well last week. I mentioned I restocked this week. I went and I bought about 200, 400. I can't even remember now. Bought tons of them. I've made so much gold on this. I wonder if I could even check. We'll check in revenue in a second. What I spent was I spent ogre caches. If you caught the stream on Friday, we were setting up a garrison. I was doing some research for my blog post that went out on Saturday to see just how much it was going to cost people to set up a garrison to do Super Squirt if they had no such thing done already. So we sank a little bit into buying some ogre caches there. That was the expense here. This rattling bone leg guards. I don't do an awful lot of flipping, friends, mostly because my TSM profiles were not set up in a way that I fully understood. But this rattling bone, it actually was up. It came up on the Great Deals search, the TSM Great Deals list, and I bought it for 43, was it 43 gold? No, sorry. I bought it for 1,200 gold, and I flipped it within hours for 11k, or sorry, 13k. So that was pretty reassuring. I also flipped some Larabowl, some other bits and pieces. I've been trying to run snipers and shopping scans as more often than I used to, just because that used to be one thing I used to never do. So I'm specifically trying to set up my new TSM profile with that in mind, that I want to try and do more shopping and make some gold that way. So we're going to go into revenue, we're going to go into sales, and we're going to go into the last 7 days. and we're going to put a per item. So I sold a young Venom Fang this week for about 20k at the start of the week. Those Rattling Bone leg guards for 13k. Hexweaver's Charm, another just random green item for 8k. Schematic for Ellen Lion's Firework, we got 8k for that one. Patchwork Pants. This is why I have to set up our own my own groups for these things, because only on a roleplay realm would you sell a grey pair of pants for 3,600 gold. Warpaint ankle wraps for another 3k. I bought a stack of huge ogre hashes. I didn't use all of them, so I resold the spares. Pattern of tuxedo pants, you guys, for 1,100 gold. Just little bits and pieces. Random like recipes. There's a recipe for hot lion chops, which isn't even a limited quantity recipe, for 1,000 gold. Nice and tidy. You can pick all of these things up pretty much at vendors and the like. Ghost mushrooms in there. We've made quite a bit on ghost mushrooms recently. If I click that, can we see? Sealed data. I've sold quite a lot. I've made 10,000 gold on ghost mushrooms last week. This is actually even, I went out, I was watching a show, I believe, on Saturday evening, just for half an hour. I was trying to catch up on an episode of something, and I farmed a stack of Ashara's Veil while I was going. Now the stack of Ashara's Veil is worth about 12,000 gold, but I didn't even get it posted this week. Honestly, I clean forgot about it, so I'm hoping to get that up, and hoping that'll be a tidy 12k gold to put towards this week's back to list. I want to find those elixir of tongues. This is what I want to check. I've made almost 50,000 gold on these. I've made 20k alone in the last 7 days. I made 20k. I've made almost 50k in the 45 in the last 30 days, and honestly that's been the last 2 weeks, because like I said, I was only doing this for a few days before I told you guys about it last Sunday. So that was, honestly, that's been in the last 2 weeks. I have earned 50,000 gold reselling elixir of tongues. Now that's only gonna work on a roleplay realm, friends, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's only gonna work on a roleplay realm. But yeah, so if you are on a roleplay realm, this stuff has been buffed. It now covers emotes and everything. It's really good. You can buy it for 30 gold. And the lowest price I think I've gone down to selling them is 55. They're up for 41 at the minute, but I usually put them up to at least like 60, and I sell them in stacks. People usually buy them in stacks because they plan to be role playing for more than an hour at a time usually. So but yeah, I always throw up a couple in singles as well. But it's a tidy little turnover from those. And I think that's it, guys. This week, like I said, the main focus of this week is Super Squirt. Tomorrow on stream, we're going to be picking up some Sun Darter hatchlings. Wednesday on stream, we're going to be doing the pet battles constantly. Seeing how many we can get leveled. I think I have a leveling queue of almost 300 pets, which is never going to happen. But we're going to go in with optimism and hope. But yeah, so we're sitting now on a grand total of, in the last 12 weeks, we have earned 2,118,309 gold in 12 weeks. It's pretty good, you guys. It's pretty good. 3 months, over 2 million gold. Considering it's super casual and literally all we have done is crafted stuff and flipped vendor things. That's basically all we've done for 3 months, and we still are 2 million richer. You know, just for making it, putting it on the auction house. Just to show you that everyone can do it. So this week's going to be pets heavy. Next weekend is going to be our charity stream. I'm so excited for that. So please check that out if you are free next Saturday. It's going to be 12 hours long, so I'm sure you can catch us at some point. And then the week after that, we'll be back to normal. And the week after that, I have a whole week off. So I'm really excited to get some stuff done then. But more about that later. Until then, guys, as always, please let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what's been working for you. And keep in touch. Until next week, happy hunting.